Hello, Tony Anczer here, your Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland real estate agent. We're here at the market update for September 2022. First, we're going to talk about interest rates, what's going on there, and then we're going to dig into here, which is just going to be the statistics on home sales for Northwest Indiana towns. We'll get information on days on market, selling prices, average selling prices, percentages of lists to sell. You can kind of see the trends there, and days on market and all that good stuff. So starting off with interest rates, we are at almost a recent year high. You can see here this graph gives us a year ago today, September 2021, we were in those great days of below 3%. How I wish those were still here. So the Fed, as you know, has raised interest rates. You know, the rates they raise are somewhat tied to mortgage interest rates, but indirectly they are. So we're still seeing a pretty high level compared to where we've been, but overall it's still, over you look over a time span of years and years and years, we're still in a relatively low market of interest rates right now. One thing we're seeing too is that there's been, with the hike in interest rates, there's a lot of buyers that have pulled out of the market for a bit, and they're just waiting for things to settle. They don't know what's going to happen. As we see it, it looks like the mortgage interest rates are going to be, staying pretty relatively steady, up or down, quarter point, half point here and there. But we don't see too many big changes coming up. And what's happening right now is that a lot of buyers are sidelines because they're either in shock that rates have climbed so high and they just don't want to buy right now, or they're waiting to see what stability shakes out of this. And so once it hits the new norm, of which we're about there, because we're starting to see month over month data be consistent. Once we start seeing stability and buyers getting used to what the interest rates are, you're not going to like them. I don't like them personally either, given that we were over here, we were at 3%, under 3% a year ago, and now we're almost twice that. So anyway, all that to say is that things have slowed down a little bit, but we see real estate transactions picking up again pretty soon because buyers are just getting used to what the new norm is. Looking at what interest rates are, we're in the ballpark here. You can see this graph here. We're 30-year fixed 5.5, maybe a touch higher. 20-year at 5.11. 30-year FHA 4.52. So, actually, if sometimes FHA works out to your favor, even if you don't need to go FHA due to financing reasons. Before we dig in the data, I just wanted to say that I'd love to help you with your buying or selling journey. So my contact information is above. Please feel free to reach out anytime. I'd love to help you. Give me a call, text, DM. And also, if you could do me a quick favor, if you could click subscribe and like our video, it really helps the channel grow and gives us motivation to put out these great videos for you. All right, let's dig into the individual town data on what we're seeing in the market for the month of September 2022. So these graphs here are going to be, or these charts are going to be the same for each town. So as we dig in here, we're going to have, so the town of Griffith here, we had how many sold? We had 22 sold. Average selling price, $247,000. Average days on market is 18. So we're still seeing high percent of list price. Now check this out. We're still seeing over asking price on houses. And that's, as we dig in the data here for different towns, we'll see it kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. But, a lot of people are thinking that price drops are happening left and right. And there actually are quite a few price drops because sellers are still pricing their house high, being used to the appreciation that we've seen the last couple of years. So these price drops you're seeing are still, they're dropping, but they're dropping to still a higher price point than what they were worth a month ago. So that's what we're seeing there. All right, so let's go into Highland. Highland, there were 37 homes that sold in September. Average selling price of $276,000. 15 days on market. Again, that's pretty quick. We're at 90% of selling price to list price. And again, there's sellers are still in the habit of pricing their high way above what it's really worth, being used to the appreciation rate that we've been seeing. So that's not bad to see 98.4%. All right, let's go to the next one, Dyer. Dyer's actually where I live. We had 12. These report is single family houses, so it's not including townhouses or condos. Just wanted to give a snapshot of what single family homes are selling for. So we had 12 close, average selling price of $381. 35 days on market, and that's because if you look at this data here, there's a couple that's skewing it. We had one sit on the market for 127 days. So when you look over here from this 2 to 4 bedrooms here, we're seeing that it's actually more around in the 20s. So that's kind of just a bad data point there. And then 96% of sale price to list price. All right, Schererville. Schererville's looking at 32 single-family houses sold, 11 days on market, almost 100% selling of it compared to asking price. So again, we're seeing a strong market there. And again, you're hearing news of doom and gloom, and it's not founded on the statistics that we're seeing. All right, looking at St. John, Indiana, we had 43 homes closed, of which that's a lot for St. John for 1 month. So it was kind of neat to see. There was 20. I'm just intrigued by this one. 25 4-bedrooms homes. And 8 3-bedrooms. So average selling price $535,000, and yeah, still averaging over. Selling prices are averaging still above asking prices. So again, that the news of doom and gloom and the market crashing is unfounded in our area. In some areas where appreciation has gone like crazy, like some parts of southern Florida and stuff like that, you are seeing price corrections. I know some people out in Alabama on Gulf Shores, and they're seeing 5% correction already of price drops. That's going down, and that's those areas just got so hot, and with interest rates being so low, people didn't really care too much as to how much the house cost, because they were, with the interest rates so low, they were able to afford the payment on these houses that they normally couldn't. So they weren't really so worried about how much the actual house cost. So they were okay paying above appraisal and all that stuff. So that's starting to simmer down now. All right, Cedar Lake, we had 33 homes sell. Average days on market, 31 days. I missed the average selling price. Average selling price of $334,000. And we're looking at about 99% of sell to asking price. Again, seeing a strong market there. All right, let's go to Crown Point. So in Crown Point, we had 36 homes close. Yeah, we're at 12 days on market. Wow, I didn't realize how fast that is. So Crown Point's still flying. We're just about at 100% of selling price to list price. Yeah, that's encouraging to see. All right, and then the next town up is, there we go, Maryville. Maryville, we had 31 single-family houses closed. We had average selling price at $225,000. Just as a side note, I just remember back in like 2009-10 years, a friend of mine, an investor, he was picking up properties left and right for like 40,000-ish. And that's like, they'd be like these 3 bedrooms, maybe 2 bedrooms. So, stuff that's selling for $200,000. It's just neat to see how the market has appreciated since then. All right, so 12 days on market is what we're seeing there, and even in Maryville here, we're seeing over 100%. So again, this means that selling price is above asking price in general. All right, in Hobart, we got 41 homes and sold. Average days on market 22. And again, we're seeing average market price, or the selling price compared to list price, being above asking in general. A little touch over 100% there. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. Please hit me up if you got any questions or if you need any information about the area or anything like that. I'd love to help you out. Have a great day.